Hey, you guys, Dr. Fred, and I want to share some secrets with you, secrets of a seven-figure lifestyle practice. And what's that mean? That means making seven figures, not in your practice, seven figures on just your wellness people, just people that come to you for years with their family, year after year after year. They're coming because chiropractic is their health care lifestyle. Now, when you can do that, man, there are definitely secrets to those. What's the secret? The secrets are all the human behavior characteristics. What's that mean? That means lifestyle is a belief. And if they're going to go from pain into lifestyle, living chiropractic with the family for the rest of their life that affects generations, and I know that's your purpose, then we have to change their belief system. And that's the secret. Why is it a secret? Because all these years, decade after decade after decade after decade, and I did it too for 11 years, what do we focus on? Patient education, patient education, patient education. Did you ever realize that information doesn't always change beliefs? It doesn't always change beliefs. And I've noticed, man, I stood on my orange crate, yelled the principal with a microphone, educate, 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 educate. And then I figured out, guess what? Education, teaching and educating everyone day after day after day after day became a lot of hard work. And it didn't give me 100 PVA. But when I started studying human behavior, because I couldn't find the answers in chiropractic coaching in the profession, I started studying human behavior and people that make great transformations like Tony Robbins and all these great leaders that use human behavior to take people through breakthroughs, which sounds like chiropractic to me. Then I learned how to change belief systems. Then I not only did it help me grow my practice and not just create a practice, but create a movement where people and patients became leaders, where they wanted to solve a world problem, which is what? The healthcare system, medically modeled healthcare system, and go to a better healthcare system that's chiropractically minded. So once I started doing that, started teaching these secrets to other chiropractors. Now we're talking them to hundreds and hundreds of chiropractors over 20 years. And yes, we have many chiropractors, doctors, teams that are making seven figures just on their lifestyle practice. So what's that mean? Hey man, we're turning profits into, or we're turning, I'm sorry, turning purpose into profits. Looks, I was dyslexic. And that's what's the purpose? Getting people in lifestyle. And how do you profit from that? Because you're making seven figures. Now money isn't an issue. You're doing it because you love it and you're transforming more and more lives. So here's the topic we're going through today. Two life-changing stories. This is hugely impactful. Why? Number one, people learn more from stories, analogies, metaphors. People remember 22 times more of the information from a story than they do from a fact. So when you're giving a list of patient education, and you don't know how to tell a story from that, that's why you have to keep repeating over and over the same information. So, what are two life changing stories? Well, perfect day one, day two. We have this boot camp coming up in December in Salt Lake City. That's the story of their pain. Their pain is not their physical pain, it's their emotional pain. What's that mean? When people have physical pain and they can't function at the same level, then they experience emotional pain. What's emotional pain? When their model doesn't match their world, meaning like they have a model of what I should be, but here's how I actually am. That creates emotional pain. That's when people take charge. It is not about their physical pain, it's about their emotional pain. That's the story of their lifestyle without chiropractic. So, what's a 100 PVA mindset? Because PVA is a mindset. Would you agree that a practice with a 40 PVA has very different patients than a practice with a 100 PVA? Patient visit average. And that's an absolute yes. But the PVA is created from the mindset of the doctor, that goes the mindset of the team, that transfers the mindset of the patients, that transfers in the mindset of the community. And now you have a movement. So the first thing is, what's the story of their pain? Day one, day two. We're going to go through these stories. Number two is, what's the story of their transformation? That's a lifestyle with chiropractic, because here's a 100 PVA mindset. Everyone only has one problem. They didn't live a chiropractic lifestyle. Why? They didn't know the spine and nervous system was the foundation of life and health in their body. And so here's what this looks like. So here's an eagle flying. This is actually a picture of an actual eagle in Africa. And you know, when eagles fly at low altitude, they have crows on their back, pecking them, chasing them. You know, an eagle is like a big airplane, right? A big ship. Crows are like little jet fighters. And so what crows do is they ride on the back of eagles, they peck on their tails, they compete for food. And so this is an eagle at 10 feet. Now that is similar to a pain patient coming in. The altitude that an eagle is flying is related to the consciousness. They come in with the consciousness, and what's the doctor do? Ms. Jones, how's your pain affecting your life? Ms. Jones, what can or can't you do? So what are you doing? You're meeting the patient at 10 feet. Now, do we need to address their pain? Absolutely. Do we talk about their pain? Well, we address it, but we don't focus on it. And when you say, Miss Jones, how's your back pain affecting your life? What are you doing? You're coupling a physical condition with a deep-seated emotion. Those two get wired together. It neuroemotionally wires in your subconscious mind. So as soon as the physical pain is gone, the emotional pain is gone, the patient is gone. And that's why you tend to see people that use this model are great at signing up people. They're not as great at retention. And if they are, it would be a very personality driven practice, because this goes totally against human behavior. And you can look that up anywhere. So now what are we going to do? Well, what's the story of their emotional pain? Not what you can or can't do, but it's their timeline story. It's their life story. People buy, who are they becoming? They buy identity. So what happens? Okay, obviously you're a gymnast when you grow up. So how many whiplash injuries and compression injuries do they have? So basically what I'd say, well, I was a gymnast till, I was 18 or whatever. So while you were growing and your spine nervous system were developing, you had hundreds of whiplash injuries and compression traumas. Are going to go, oh yeah. So you damage your spine and nervous system. Now, anybody that does that, what organ problems are they going to have? Because principle is principle, right? In the pre-consultation, we already got them to agree. Spine and nervous system is foundational life, health, the body. Anytime the spine is out of alignment, it causes stress to the spinal cord, shuts down the energy, and they get sick. Well, that's why it's stomach aches. That's why migraines would be obvious. But that's why I had constipation, diarrhea. That's why I had allergies. I used to get colds or flus or whatever it is. So you're going to see that develop. Now, can you see why as your spine started to develop? Why when you were 16 you got asthma? Why you started getting allergies? Why now that you're 22 years old, now you have colitis problems, and now you've had menstrual cramps since the beginning. So what are you doing? You're showing the timeline of sometimes injury, but mainly of progressive degeneration of their health, because they didn't know the spine and nervous system was foundation of health and life of the body. So if they went to a chiropractor that gave them pain relief, what would I say? I'd say, so your chiropractor didn't tell you spine and nervous system is foundation of health and life of the body. So you went for back pain, you went for a few adjustments. Did he ever talk about your asthma that you were experiencing? Did you ever tell him you were on an inhaler? Did you tell him you get recurrent colds and flus? Well, no, he didn't ask. So they set a very short-term goal. Their only goal was pain relief. They didn't take responsibility for your overall health. So you didn't know that. When you got on an asthma inhaler, did your medical doctor tell you the most common cause of asthma is injuries to the spine in the upper thoracic and lower neck that break down, cause stress to the spinal cord and break down your lungs, can lead to asthma? It's one of the most common causes of asthma. When he gave you your inhaler, did he tell you that? So what are you doing? Well, when you got ulcerative colitis, did your rheumatologist or whatever tell you that? Tell you the most common cause is stress on the spinal cord that can lead to autoimmune disease. And if you go to elitecoachingllc.com, get the book Back to Health, download it for free, because it has all this research that cites everything that I'm telling you in high-level medical journals. So did he tell you that? No, he didn't. So you didn't know. So you didn't take care of your spine. So you had this spinal damage done to you, and it gradually broke down your nervous system. Now you have autoimmune disease. Now you have asthma. Now you get recurrent colds and flus. Now you have this. What's this? The story of their pain, not living, not taking care of their spine and nervous system, not living chiropractic lifestyle. So what would you say? Well, it's not your fault. They didn't tell you. But if you want to be healthy from this moment forward, would you agree it's your responsibility? Very powerful statement. Consultation is all the organ problems that develop with that chiropractic. The exam, you're shifting them into their postural distortions. Hey, did your chiropractor tell you got a left thoracic translation? Did your MD tell you got a right lateral flexion with a posterior rotation in your neck that can cause stress to your neck and to your upper thoracics that can lead to asthma? No, he didn't. No, he didn't. So what are you doing? If you're changing beliefs, and I say, did they tell you this? Did they tell you that? Did they tell you that? No, no, no. What I'm doing is I'm shifting their belief system. I'm not focused on their organs. You're not there to fix their health problems. You're there to help them live a chiropractic lifestyle. Trust me, and corrective care, start adjusting them. Their organ problems are going to get better. Very rarely does a person have an organ problem that doesn't get better. So that's automatic. You're there assessing the damage on day 1, day 2 of their health, of their posture. Then you take x-rays, and now you're measuring, well, you're 10 millimeters to the left, or whatever, 32 degrees, and you should be this. You're not fixing the degrees and millimeters. You're only assessing the damage, the extent of the damage that you're measuring objectively that happened because they didn't live a chiropractic lifestyle. And that's their story of emotional pain. Now, by the time you communicate it like that, then what are they seeing? Their only problem is they didn't take care of their spine and nervous system. Their problem is not their health problem. Their solution is not just to fix their spine. Their solution is changing their beliefs on how they want to live. And that's the number one most important question. So now that you see how you have lived and where that got you to where you are today, Mary, right? Metaphorical Mary. How do you want to live the rest of your life from this moment forward? Well, what do you want your health to be like? Well, I want to be healthy. Well, would you agree if you want to live healthy? Notice, even if I say I want to be healthy, how do I reframe that? If you want to live healthy, would you agree you have to get healthy first? Yes, that's the corrective program. Now, what do? You go to the transformation. You bring them up to 1,000 feet. You show them what's the benefit. Here's how we're going to get you healthy. It's this, come this long, 3 times a week, blah, 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 blah. But here's what's going to happen. That's when an optimal life begins. So what are you going to live after that? People buy the transformation. Show them the view from 1,000 feet. That's a much more inspired view. Hey, you know what? Your body's going to feel more peaceful. You're going to be able to handle stress better. You're going to feel energy. You're going to feel youthful energy. Your body's going to have a strength you probably you may not have experienced since you damaged your spine in childhood from gymnastics. You may never experience the full strength of your body. You're going to have strength. You're going to have youth. You're going to have vitality. You'll tend to be happier. You'll feel more peaceful. You'll have more confidence in the health and strength of your body. You won't have worries about disease. Do you want to live like that? Yes. Then you create the view from 1,000 feet. People buy the transformation, and the destination. So I use this in a slide in boot camp too. This is the airplane. So when I got married in last year, 2022, we went to lay on a desolate beach that looked a lot like that. But we had to take a plane to get to that island. It was in Hawaii. So what do we do? We're like, wow, I'm so excited about the plane ride. I can't wait to eat the peanuts. Oh my God, I hope they're salted. I hope they're barbecued. I hope they're honey roasted. No, we didn't talk about that. Let's get on the plane so we can, what did we talk about? I want to lay on the beach alone with my wife where it's quiet. We swim in the ocean. Man, we have time together. That's what we're buying. People buy the destination and the transformation. Stop selling them the plane ride. What's the plane ride? Corrective care. What's the plane ride? Solving your health problem. You know why? Because it works. And here's the problem. For 11 years, I touted optimal spine equals optimal health. But guess what I figured out? That's not the model. Now you're going, Fred, what are you talking about? Because optimal spine, I can fix their spine. And when I fix their spine, they get what they believe to be optimal health. Both of those are a result. Because I touted optimal spine, optimal health. I fixed their spine, recovered their health, diseases, all kinds of diseases went away. And then eventually what happened? They quit. Why? Because I gave them optimal spine, optimal health. So what's the real model? Well, first of all, the biggest subluxation isn't in their spine. It's in their mind. What's that mean? You have to change beliefs. You either lived chiropractic lifestyle or you didn't. If you didn't, let's check where all your health problems are. Let's look at your posture. Let's measure your spinal structure. Let's see what the program is going to take for you to get healthy first. And then let's look at your level of correction and lifestyle. Now we're going to teach you how to use your body in a way that creates health rather than disease. And we're going to take care of you and your family for the rest of your life. That is a belief system. It's not just information. So here's the model that we use in Elite that has gotten many, many, many docs and teams to a 7-figure lifestyle that's $80,000 to $100,000 a month just on your lifestyle, people. Those are monthly payments. So first of all, we don't have optimal spine. We have optimal mind. What's that mean? We're changing their beliefs from pain care. We're changing their beliefs from injury. We're changing their beliefs from what they can or can't do or what they will do. And we're changing them into, this is the foundation of health and life of my body. This is how I maintain confidence and strength and health of my body for the rest of my life. This is the healthcare system I want to take not only my kids to, but their kids and their kids and their kids, because it's way better than all the other healthcare that's going on. That stuff is dangerous. This stuff is amazing. It's a spiritual principle. God made us with the power to heal, and that's how we want to live the next generation. So what's that mean? Optimal mind means change that into a belief system, but what are they investing in? They are focused on an optimal life. Does life ever stop? Well, it does when you die, but before you die, it's a process. It's not an end place. Optimal spine, optimal health becomes an end place, and we hope through patient education, they're going to get it and they're going to realize it's a journey. But a lot of people don't realize it's a journey. How do you know? Look at your PVA. If you're under 100 PVA, at some point they don't get it because they're quitting. Now, if this becomes a belief system and I'm investing in an optimal life for me and my family, and I didn't take care of my spine and nervous system, what do I have to do first? Optimal spine. So once it becomes a belief system, once they invest in a life, optimal spine becomes automatic. Yes, they pay for corrective care, but they know that's just the initial step. Now, when you learn how to do that, when you learn how to change belief systems, and trust me, we teach you how to do this in the Secrets 7-Figure Lifestyle Practice. That's a whole online. We teach many videos, show you exactly how to process people who change beliefs. We do in the boot camps. And the first weekend in December, we have the boot camp in Salt Lake City. That's perfect day 1, day 2. Check it out. Go to elitecoachingllc.com. Check it out. Book a discovery call. And hey, here's what I do. Before we take on anybody, even if it's just to go to the day 1, day 2 boot camp and learn how to get them in the lifestyle in the beginning. Then we talk. I see where you're at. We identify the issues so we can specifically target where you may be missing the point, where some patients may not be getting it. We correct that, watching it go through the roof. So call me at these numbers. There's my office. There's my cell phone. You can email me. Go to elitecoachingllc.com. Schedule a discovery call. Check out the boot camps. And let's make this next year the most amazing, impactful year and create more lifestyle patients in the next year, which will be the first year of the rest of your life. Let's do that, and life becomes more than amazing. You change more lives than ever, And man, your purpose becomes even more fulfilled. All right. Love and appreciate you guys. And talk to you soon and see you at the boot camp.